Alright, how's it going, YouTubers? I am the Hebrew Hammer, and here's going to be my very first character spotlight. We're going to start off with a DC Comics character. DC Comics happens to be my favorite publishing company, and we're going to start off with our character spotlight today. So today we're going to do Zatara, also known by the name of Giovanni John Zatara. His first appearance was in Action Comics #1, which happens to be the same comic as Superman. So this is back in June of 1939. Publishing company is DC Comics, as I mentioned earlier. His alignment is good. He's a superhero, and he is part of the golden age of comics. So some background information: he is the direct descendant of the Homo Magic, and he marries a descendant of the Homo Magic as well. And they have a daughter known as the famous Zatanna, who is also very similar to her father. He first appears in the famous Action Comics #1, and he was created by Fred Gardner in June of 1939. In order to better his magic show, he stumbled upon old diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who happens to be his ancestor, and he learned that as part of his family's legacy, they can perform real magic by pronouncing the words backwards. So that's kind of cool. He utilizes the newfound gift to make his show look much more amazing and much more realistic. And there was one time where a huge fire broke out, and he ended up using his powers to put it out, but the way how he did it, the audience actually thought that it was part of the show. And from this point on, he was like, wow, I'm able to really do this. Why don't I use it for good? So after this event, he uses his abilities for good in between his magic shows. And in order to defeat the Great Evil Beast, which was probably his most famous villain, he teams up with his daughter Zatanna, John Constantine, and Sargon the Sorcerer. Unfortunately, during this battle, Sargon the Sorcerer dies, and Zatara dies by protecting his daughter from the Great Evil Beast's attack, which is really unfortunate, but it took 4 sorcerers to defeat this beast, which is kind of cool. Hopefully I could get that issue. There's a good chance I probably won't. But who knows? He appears in various stories involving his revolt and adventures in Hell. And most recently, his nephew Zachary takes up the name Zatara, and his first appearance is in Teen Titans Volume 3, number 34. So the abilities of Zatara are magic only if he speaks the words backwards, predestination, stage performing, and basic melee, basic fighting. Some weaknesses: mnemonic incantation. Basically, it's just the lapse between each spell, and also trying to figure out how to pronounce the words backwards. It takes a while. But other than that, there really is no weakness. His villain is definitely the Great Evil Beast, who ultimately kills him in Swamp Thing Volume 2, number 20. After this video, I'm gonna look up the price tag on that, see if it's a possibility with my budget. His associated groups: Black Lanterns and the All-Star Squadron. In the Justice League Unlimited and the Young Justice, he does appear to be part of the Justice League, which is kind of cool. So I wanted to add that, and 3 other notes that I want you guys to know. He was created by artist and writer Fred Gardner in June of 1939. In Young Justice, he ends up becoming the new Dr. Fate, and his ability max are unknown since it appears he has no limit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this spotlight. The next character spotlight will be a character from the Marvel Universe. I'm going to do every other video will be, one from Marvel, one from DC. And for those who don't know anything about comics, hopefully this helps. Helps you find some of the characters that you may like, enjoy the most, others that you might not like. There are so many characters with so many various abilities and powers that you it's really hard not to find a character that you don't like. So hopefully this helps, and hope you guys embrace your nerdy side, and see you next time.